All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another week of Half Circle Back. Here with my co-host Tim. What's going on, Tim?
What's going on?
Not much, man. How you been holding up, man?
I've been playing Madden in a dark room for like 3 days.
Why Madden?
I don't know because I haven't
You don't
played
even have a
Madden.
good reason for why.
I don't have a good reason. I haven't. I watch Han, so I've been doing that. I watch all 6 Tremor movies.
That-
Um,
First of all, why did you go past 2? To be honest, okay. I get watching the stuff. I get that because
yeah,
there's some there's some value in the campy, the campy nature of it, right?
yeah.
I see 2, I get it. But why even go past that?
You know what, man? I had nothing better else to do.
There's so much better media you could consume at that point.
Look, man. At some point, I'm about to go through the original trilogy of Star Wars,
Okay, that's respectable.
or I might just do it in order. I don't know. I might just go 1, 2, 3, 4,
I think
5.
that's all we're doing.
I don't know, man.
Maybe
I haven't
quite
seen.
honestly.
I haven't seen the newest. I haven't seen any of the new shit. So
I'm like, do you really want to watch Phantom Menace?
Darth Maul slaps.
Oh
Like
my god,
that's like the realest dude out there. Well, he was. Well, I mean, never mind. Then I guess in Clone Wars he does come back because somebody they found him and they preserved his body. But you know, I'm cool with Darth Maul. But how you been, man? How's work been?
I mean, I'm working. I guess that's the one thing I can say. It's I don't know, man. It's weird going to work in this type of environment because I feel like everybody, like just the general vibe when I go to work right now, is just nobody really wants to be there. And, we're all thankful that, we still have jobs right now and we're still working. But it's just, you know how this whole coronavirus thing is just, it's
Yeah,
got everybody just kind of uneasy. Nobody feels comfortable. And it's an interesting dynamic in the workplace that I haven't seen, since I've been alive. I mean, it's been crazy. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of taking it day by day right now, just showing up for work, and till they tell me not to. So, I mean, that's kind of how I've been treating it. But for personal stuff, man, I mean, I've been so the thing I've been trying to occupy my time with is I've been trying to like remodel my office. I'm in the process of like upgrading my PC, so working on that. So
Ooh.
I got most of my stuff in, so I should be doing that Friday. Um, so that'll be something I'm looking forward to. And finally, like I said, I've been kind of like readjusting the office, so I've got kind of a better space to create content. So like now I think I've got a stream plan where I'm gonna do some arcade stick stuff, so I'm gonna try and follow through with that. Yeah, I mean
Hey
that's
man,
kind of.
you gonna shout out the Jason Customs? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hey, look, I guess we go ahead and pimp this now. You know what I'm saying? If you guys want to support Half Circle Back or any of the endeavors of Magnegro, if you go to jasonscustoms.com, you can save 5% with code Magnegro. They sell cases for fight sticks, buttons, levers. Uh, even I want to say he's got some. He did have some super gun stuff on there, but plenty of anything you're looking for arcade stick related, or arcade hardware related. He's probably got it. So, yep, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hook your boy up. What the when you use that code, some of that goes back to me. So hey, look, trying to support the content that I do. It's one way to do it, man, and get some quality hardware, man. But anyways, we're out of shill mode for that. Yeah, man. So this coronavirus thing has affected the FGC in so many ways, man. I feel like every day we get on Twitter or social media, there's another cancellation, man.
Yeah, man. And they're slowly but surely canceling events, which it's warranted, right? Like,
Yeah.
especially right now in America, the measures being taken to combat it hasn't been that great, I guess to say.
We definitely took our time taking it serious as a nation, but
Yeah. But hopefully as time go on, we're all wisen up, make sure you do the right things, social distancing, washing your hands, proper hygiene, and stuff like that.
well, going back to I guess the cancellations. I mean, guess you already saw the tweet that went up earlier today.
Yeah, I definitely saw that. But like I said, it was smart on their part.
So yeah, I mean, if people aren't aware, the first half of CPT is canceled. So as far as we know, we will have a second season, hopefully. But right now, first half got canceled, and then a couple weeks back, they announced that Intel World Open had gotten the first event was supposed to be this past weekend, and they canceled that and they pushed it back to May 2nd. But recently, I think I did hear that the Olympics are postponed until next year.
Yeah, they've been postponed until next year. The committee, I think it was like maybe Sunday when they did that. I might be wrong on that. I want to say
So
Sunday when they came together and they was like, "All right, we're gonna push it back to next year." So
So the interesting thing about that is it makes me even wonder whether Street Fighter Five is even going to be part of Intel World Open next year, even if they do it. Or the other question is, do they? I mean, because we don't have the full details, but do they even just go ahead with Intel World Open anyway and just try and do it this year since they had it planned and just say, well, it's not part of the Olympics? I mean, who
uh
knows?
I don't know. I think it would take away for the fact that
It'll
like
still
and
be popular, I guess, but yeah, I mean, it's not going to be attached to the Olympics, but
yeah. If I was like them, I would definitely just wait till the Olympics. 'Cause I feel like it'll take something away from it. You
that
know.
does the one thing that people were saying was, everybody's like, "Oh, well, Street Fighter Five's dead after this," but I mean, even
Oh
if
my god.
you know, even if, right? I didn't envision Street Fighter Five being done next year, right? Like, so for sure, even if it's not part of, I mean, even if they decide to push Intel World Open to next year, I'm pretty sure Street Fighter Five is still gonna be part of it.
Yeah.
And if anything, maybe this incentivizes them wanting to still, I mean, even if they don't have any planned content for next year, I think they would be stupid to not try and, put some work into something for next year as well. So yeah, I don't see the game going anywhere at this point. We'll have to take the good old wait and see approach. But yeah, so with the online tournaments, it's like, man, every single time I get on Twitter, there's like somebody tweeting out about an online tournament now. Like every single community is doing it. Like I've seen Soul Calibur ones, more Tekken tournaments, and like online Tekken tournaments never were a thing. Like the only time I would see
It
online
was
tournaments,
it was rare. It was very rare.
yeah, very rare. Like, but like I see, the only online tournament that I always consistently saw was like Ronin Rumble and what like A4 Arena and like Reddit, like the Reddit Weekly. There's like the main ones.
Yeah.
Now, man, everybody's getting into it. Like NLBC has an online tournament they're doing. I think they're doing all the main games that they host. So,
Yeah, I think it's across like different days as well.
so like
So
today is Street Fighter. I want to say like either Thursday or Friday is Grand Blue, or maybe it's during the weekend. But then they have a Soul Calibur one, and then they also do Dragon Ball as well. So Wednesday night fights got in on it as well. I think they do all theirs in one day, or at least
yeah,
it seemed like it to me.
I think they're only doing it for like if they're only like Californian like natives.
hmm
So so
And
that's cool.
NLBC is starting to let other areas get into it. I think so. At first, it was only like Northeast, and then now they're letting some of the Midwest players get in now. So I don't know how far they're going to extend it. If it's going to eventually get to the point where they're letting pretty much anybody East Coast in.
Yeah. Uh
Um, and the numbers have been like so. Even for like interest in online tournaments is like gotten has been up as well because normally for like Reddit Weekly you get like I don't know, it's 50 to 70 people.
yeah.
Like on a big week, you might get 70, but like when I entered last week, they were at like 100 people before check, like right before check-in. I want to say it ended up just having 94 people, but that's still a lot. 94 people for a free to enter like weekly tournament, right?
I think that was I think I remember seeing that last week.
And
I think this week they had over 100.
no, it was like 80. It
It
was
was
like
like 80.
86 or something. Yeah.
Uh,
But it's still higher than normal, which is kind of going back to the thing of I
well,
think
they had the bounties last week though. That's like
they had that last week, and then Rushdown put up some money too this week.
yeah.
So, and like in general, I think just people just kind of, since nobody can really, we're kind of stuck in this quarantine time. Most people are just kind of like, you know what, I want to play, and I can't go to real life tournaments, so this has kind of been a good way to supplement that, and hopefully it sticks, man.
Yeah, and more power to them
And
because
it's giving a lot of people an opportunity to try to create some type of following, or like build up communities. Some people might not have known about like for Rona Rumble, they've been doing Grand Blue too. So normally they were just only like a Samurai
Sanction.
Showdown tournament,
Yeah,
but like Rona Rumble's got, like, I want to say they had over 100 people last week, or maybe the first week that they did it for a Grand Blue, which is pretty crazy for an online tournament.
I think it's a good way for like, other games getting more shine as well, or other games in their communities going out there and doing more things. At least on the online like aspect of it.
Another thing, I guess, with the how with the quarantine is I've seen a lot more people streaming. Like people who normally don't stream consistently have been trying to do it a lot more, because I mean, what else are you gonna do with your time, right? I think the best way people can kind of keep their mind off or not really keep it, because you're always going to think about what's going on, but like to try and pass time and like have some sense of normalcy, people have just kind of been doing what they can, playing games and streaming.
Yeah, I probably should be more consistent. I see you've been more consistent though with your streaming.
I wouldn't say more consistent, but
You've been more than me. How about that?
it's not a high bar to pass.
It definitely isn't. Like there's times where I'll boot up Streamlabs, like, all right, let's do this. And then I'm just
If
like,
you make it that far, I don't know how harder it is for you to actually just do it.
you know what, man? There's just times where I'm like, I'll boot up Streamlabs and I just end up veering out doing something different, like watching Tremors, those 6 Tremor movies. And then I'm just like, man, where did my time go?
That's a shame.
It's I need this quarantine to be over. But yeah, it's a shame. But no man, I think it's cool to see more people creating more content. They have no excuse now not to do it, right? Where everybody's like, "Oh man, I wanna do a lot more stuff." Well, now's your chance. Here you go.
Yeah, and even if they're not doing that, right? Like now is a perfect time to, everybody's like, "Oh man, it'd be great to, I mean, I really wish I could learn Tekken, but I don't have enough time." It's like, well, look, hey, now's the time. You're stuck in your house, you might as well try and learn another fighting game. You know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna do it, diversify in what you play. You play one character in Street Fighter. Hey, look, now you got more time to learn another character.
I mean, I think for me lately, I've just been like, man, I got so many games I've bought and just haven't played. And some of those games are like $60 games, like Resident Evil 2, I just haven't played yet.
See, this is where my old age comes in. I don't even buy games at launch anymore unless I know I'm gonna play it. Like I don't even see. You're like, oh, I bought Resident Evil and I thought I was gonna finish it, but see, look, I know how you are. I know how I am. There's no way I'm gonna finish Resident Evil during like that week it came out. So at that point, I'm like, I might as well just wait. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
for me, it was different because Kingdom
Mhm.
Hearts came out that same week. So
So you decided to play trash instead of a good game.
I can't even argue with you on that one. I definitely decided to play Kingdom Hearts over Resident Evil 2.
That's another damn shame.
Ah, man, I am just someone send help. I need help.
Just making poor choices all around.
I need help.
You need more than that. You need
I
a
need, I need help. I don't know what I'm doing with myself, with my life right now.
well, anyways, that's kind of what's going on with that. I mean, like I said, we kind of we kind of have to just take it a day at a time, and I really hope that things get better sooner than later. But I mean, try to do stay safe, try and do the best you can with what time you got, and hey, I hope it all works out, man. That's kind of all like, hey, it's kind of bleak. I hate even talking about it because it's just I never feel positive about it at all. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. It be like it be.
Yeah. All right. So what else is happening out there?
So the other thing that happened this week was, and Ono had kind of alluded to it last week when he tweeted, but he said there's going to be an update for matchmaking, and that'll take place on the 24th. So everybody's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And there wasn't really a whole lot of like hype around this because I guess one, the net code left something the net code patch left something to be desired for some people. So I
Yeah.
think nobody wanted to really get too happy over this, but and also like his verbiage was kind of iffy, so nobody knew what he meant by matchmaking. So we get the patch, and come to find out, it's not just a update for matchmaking. There's also balance changes in there, to which the reaction to that was kind of mixed. I didn't expect people to really be in that big of a stink about it because I'm thinking like there's no tournament season going on. Why even care? Like I get it. So it would have been different if CPT had started
Yeah.
and like we were like a couple well actually no, this would have been the first month of CPT. So
Yeah.
like I get it if we were a little bit into the season and then this happened, but like the season hasn't even started. We don't even know if we're gonna have a season, and people are like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, I can't believe they did balance changes." I'm like, it's not that deep, man. Come on,
Yeah. Like
come on.
I'm okay with it, right? Because it's like nothing's going on, and at this point, Intel's like on a slippery like we don't know like Intel's on is like limbo, right? And they said earlier this year like they were trying to not really update it to try to keep integrity
Yeah,
for for Intel. But since all that's like up in the air right now, like sure, why not tweak some things, make some changes, see how people are gonna react to it and whatnot. And I'm cool with it. I like
even
it.
even if Intel was going on, this update is so light in terms of what they really adjust. I don't get
Yeah,
why people now. There's some changes that affect some characters, but they're not character breaking changes. Like they don't drastically shift. Like it's not like some of these changes take a character from top tier to like mid tier or something like that, or mid
yeah,
tier to top tier. Like, they're just small little things. But man, people were just bitching about little things. It is what it is, man. It's patch culture and social media, and that definitely are two things that don't mix because everybody has an opinion on everything, regardless of whether it's good or not. So that's kind of where we're at with that. But so I guess to kind of go into what the patch did, so they made a bunch of changes to characters normal. So there was this weird phenomenon where certain characters hitboxes, there were like a gap in between where a hitbox of a move is and their hurt box. And sometimes there was a this doesn't happen very often. I've only ever seen it in video form one time because it was attached to an article about this.
yeah.
But you'll see where like a character dashes through a normal. And I
Oh,
think
yeah,
Terrence had said something about if Chun-Li would try to punish Ken's run, like a normal cancel in the run with low forward, sometimes he would go through the low forward. But what they did is they extended the hitboxes on these moves, so stuff like that doesn't happen anymore. Um, so most of the normal changes they did were that, but also there were some balance changes in there too. So like some of the big ones were Abigail's crouch light kick has more pushback. So he loses the three string he had. So like it was like stand light kick, crouch light kick into crouch or a stand jab or crouch jab. I forget what it is. But anyway, it was a string
stand like kick, crouch like kick, into stand jab, into EX
Abby
Abigail
punch.
punch. Yeah,
So that was to catch people who would try and jump out of tick throws or command grab. But now he can't do that anymore. But boy, people were going crazy about that. Oh, it wasn't even just that. I forgot they changed EX Run too. So he lost that. He
Oh
lost some
yeah,
judges for EX Run now. So before he had a combo where he would go into EX Run and it would take you from one side of the screen to the other. Well, now it doesn't do that. I think you get hit twice when it
it
juggles
does.
you, and then that's it. Now, granted, those were two good things he got, but did he really need it? The three string? Okay, I get that. He could have kept that, but the
Yeah.
EX Run, I'm kind of cool with him getting rid of that. It's not the end of the world,
That
but it
was the
doesn't.
most silliest looking thing to watch, though.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous. Like he probably didn't need that, and that's fine. Like I don't think that breaks the character. I think he's still fine, but man, people were upset. I get it because you know everybody likes having stuff, and when you get stuff taken away from you, it's not fun.
It isn't.
But that's the world that we live in, man. Like games change every year. They could change, several times a year. And just because you can do something one day, don't mean you can do it, 2 months from now. And you just kind of have to accept it and roll with the punches, or play
Yeah,
multiple characters. I mean, that's the thing. Like if somebody you play is deemed unusable anymore, I mean, should have had a backup. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like that's the life we live. You play modern fighting games, you can't expect this to be unchanged for a whole 3 years. Like so. But anyways, some of the other changes, Falk stand heavy kick now hits crouches, so that gives her a little bit of a better poke now. I think it changes some of her combos. Um, so yeah, I guess that's something. Uh,
I like that buffer. It makes
yeah, I
her.
mean, I don't really get why it didn't hit crouches before, but it's a quality of life change. That's the category I would put that in.
Yeah,
Guile's V skill 2 is slower now, so it's more start, more recovery. So it changes how his corner loops are. I think you can still do it, but it requires like a micro walk or something like that. But it also should make theoretically should make punishing V skill 2 in neutral a little bit easier.
yeah,
So that's another thing. Nakali's V skill 2 now. It's harder to low profile fireballs with, so it was a little silly.
yeah.
Uh,
It was a pretty good VSCO. It was pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
it was a little silly how he would just win, like he could just do that against a lot of fireball characters, and wasn't really much they could do to stop the V skill. So one of the big ones was Rashid got nerfed. So V skill 2 has more landing recovery. So it's easier to punish him if it whiffs. Deservedly so. I mean, I feel like people were figuring out ways to stop it, but at the same time, I don't think we were going to see that V skill 2 like, with most of the good Rashids. Like you just give up too much picking V skill 2 or V skill 1.
yeah,
And I felt like most of the Rashids just kind of stopped using it anyway, right? Outside of, the ones on CFN. But when you're watching Moke or like Gachikun, they weren't using it. So it wasn't really like a big thing, but it probably needed to be adjusted anyway, just to be on the safe side. One of the other big nerfs was EX Mixer has more recovery now. And on the surface, when people were looking at this, they were like, so it went from, I think, minus 16 or it had 16 frames of recovery and they added an additional 10. So people were like, oh, whatever. I mean, you can get a jump in punish, or, it was already crush counter. You could already crush counter it, right? So people were like, I don't really get it. But there's two things about that. Okay. So one, you get full jump in punishes on EX Mixer now, which that's cool. But also, one of the annoying things about Rashid was he would hit you with EX Mixer and still be able to dash up and meet at you, which to me is kind of silly to have an invincible reversal that leads to Oki. But whatever, that's a whole nother discussion. So now he no longer gets Oki when he hits you with EX Mixer. So that's pretty big.
yeah. That's all a few people complaining about that. It's like, well, now they can't get like a meaty or whatever. Which, like, man, like you said, I'm okay with that. Maybe they take that away from Kin now. Maybe I don't have to deal with getting mixed up in the corner with him. But yeah, no, I think it's a fine. I think it's fine nerf. I had no issues with that.
And the other change that he got was Whirlwind Shot has a bigger hurt box now. So it's easier to hit him out of it. So there was a few strings where if you didn't have like very far reaching light normals or whatever, he could space himself out and do. I haven't tested this with like heavy kick whirlwind shot, but like he could kind of space himself out, and you couldn't when you. So if you're trying to react to a cancel and react to a cancel like EX or whatever, or if you try to swing and he does heavy kick one, your normal might miss. So I don't know if in that scenario every single button you press beats it now because of the hurt box increase, but yeah, it's a lot easier to interrupt whirlwind shot now with buttons rather than trying to DP or something like that. So that's kind of interesting. I still think it's still going to be a difficult move to try and check because when you fight Rashid, even though you're focused on, all right, well I'm gonna wait till he turns yellow and then press a button, he might just dash up at you.
Yeah,
And, so it's like it's still not going to be foolproof. It's not like like as soon as they put that gap in there, a lot of people said, oh, this character's dead, but then you realize he's got 6 or 7 different ways of like doing stuff to you when he's in the corner. So it's not always easy to check, but that's a welcome change. I mean, it's something that should have been in the game. So I'm not too crazy. I'm not too upset about it myself, but and I don't think it changes his game plan at all. I mean, he's still gonna do what he's gonna do. You
yeah.
know, the last big thing was Ryu's V Skill 2 got some pretty big buffs. So High Fight put out a video about this. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet. I saw
So
some clips where he has like an extra move with it, if I'm correct, or like an
well,
extra animation.
it still kind of always did that animation, but I guess the big things I guess now is when he hits you with just the I guess the punch part,
Yeah,
uh it doesn't push you as far. So now he can dash up and get Oki. So that's kind of big. The other thing now is like anytime he gets triggered, like if it triggers the animation, basically, they get hit anyway.
yeah.
And when they do get hit, they crumple. So now
Ah,
you can so it actually works the way you wanted it to work. So like when people saw it, they're like, oh man, now he might actually be able to fight Sim because you can do the parry and then get a knockdown and then you start doing whatever. But when it first came out, it didn't work like that, right? It was
yeah,
too easy for it to whiff if he tried to do it, like the follow-up would whiff. So now it pretty much hits him any single time. So like if he does it to like Sim stand medium kick, when he gets hit, it gives him like a crumple and he can dash up and get a full combo. Well, not really a full combo, but like you could dash up and do DP or dash up, press button, sweep, whatever.
yeah.
So it puts him in like a fall state and you get a combo. So this is gonna help him in like his zoner matchups like Monat, Sim, Poison. So that's pretty big.
That's
He can
pretty.
also
That's pretty sick.
V trigger cancel the V skill 2 now. So that was something he couldn't do before. So it's like plus 10 on block, gets a combo on hit. They definitely increased the usability of it. So we'll actually I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some Reeds starting to pick that in those matchups. I'm kind of interested on how it changes the poison matchup. Like somebody on Twitter was saying they think Reed's gonna beat poison now, but I'm like, I don't know about that. Because
Because is this the return of Ryu?
mm, I don't know about that. He's still ordinary man, but
Maybe they give him Sam Light kick back.
no, he still would be ordinary man.
All right.
He got more problems than than the normals, but yeah, it'll definitely help him in some of those matchups, like some of his trouble matchups for sure. I think it'll be a bit more of a factor. And the only other thing that the patch gave us was oh yeah, so the main thing was the adjustments to matchmaking. So apparently this is supposed to more accurately depict the connection quality. There's a breakdown of like what they used to consider 5 bar versus what's considered 5 bar now. And I mean the numbers change slightly, but we'll see if it I haven't played enough ranked to really know if it's that much different.
All right. What else we got?
That's it for this week, man. I don't really have anything else.
Hold on, I got a question. Did the Pro Tour DLC come out yet?
Yeah, it came out Tuesday.
Oh boy. Hey, you know what? That guild costume's kind of sick.
It's actually terrible.
I think you're just being an old man, and just I think it's a pretty sick costume.
No,
Very,
it's really bad.
it's very lavish.
That's the word you use to describe it.
Yes.
No, I don't even know what the direction was for it. I'm just looking at it. It's like they pick sometimes I don't get it. It's like they pick a character and they're like, man, what's the weirdest thing we can come up to put him in? And then that was what they gave him.
I respect it. I like it.
Like it's he looks like he's out of medieval times, bro. It's like I don't
I mean, what's wrong with it?
where does that go in? Where is the lore that puts him in that time frame? Like what?
Oh, okay, but Chun-Li has like 20.
Okay, Chun-Li is a cop, right? So some of the things, so like she's got like what a special forces undercover cop outfit,
She's
you
also in a
know.
B. She's also like in a like a B girl outfit type. What's
Okay, well
that?
she that could be undercover. She could be going to a party undercover. You know, she could be infiltrating some gang, right? So see, look, that makes sense. You can tie that together because of what she has, like as far as like her you know, like her in the story, right? You can kind of figure out ways to rationalize that. But like, bruh, this Gil costume, no.
Look here. Who else? Cammy. No. Cammy her costume's good. You know what?
Yeah, they all
Whatever.
make they with the
Uh,
exception like of maybe whatever one where she got the cat ears or whatever. That's the only one where it's like, that's a little weird, but you know, you're gonna have some one-offs. I get it.
okay.
But that Gil costume though,
Slaps. I know you agree with me, man.
that ain't it.
That's definitely a chief.
No. And yeah, I guess we'll see. I guess the only hope I got out of this is maybe the new stage is cool, and hopefully, Adam gives Laura a pretty cool costume.
Or poison.
It's no, I think he already said it was gonna be
Oh,
Laura.
also be Laura. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get it.
but that's all we got hope for because they let me down with these. The Lucia one's okay,
You let
but
me
the
down,
Gil
Greg.
one, trash,
Slaps.
trash.
Slaps.
But yeah, I don't have anything else. I think that's it for me.
All right. I think that's it for me as well. Got nothing
All
else to
right.
add.
Well, like I said, it was kind of a short one because
It was
not a
short
whole lot
episode.
going on. But yeah, I think I said it in the description of last week's episode. But I'm probably going to be doing more interview style shows just because, like I said, we're kind of in the the off season still, the extended off season. So probably a good opportunity to try and get some people on to see what they got going on in the community or get some interesting stories about people's backgrounds. So be looking
Hey,
forward to
who you
that
got
over
in
the
mind?
next few weeks. Huh?
Who do you got in mind?
I don't want to give away anything. You know, I got some ideas. So
Okay. You'll let me know after the show.
I'll let you know when they get solidified. I don't want to even, you know what I'm saying? Because you might go out and start telling people, you know what I'm saying, start spilling stuff on social media. You know, I got to
Uh,
keep it close to the chest, you know.
I'm your co-host.
I mean, yeah, I still can't trust you.
Wow.
Just keeping it real. You know,
Oh, okay. I forgot you have to post it on like Spotify and stuff. So I'm gonna keep what I normally say to myself.
it's never stopped you before.
Uh, mm, you're probably right on that, but I'm a professional, so you know I'm gonna keep that to myself.
But all right. Anyways, where can people find you, Tim?
You can find me on Twitter at 4HTim. When I decide to stream, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/4H_10. And yeah, that's it for me. What about you, dog?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Boombox Hero. On I almost said Facebook. I don't use that shit. uh, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Magnegro with a zero at the end instead of a O. You can also find me on YouTube at youtube.com/C/Magnegro. And if you guys have any feedback or anything, you can email any suggestions you have or topics you want to listen to, or if you just want to get in contact with the podcast, you can email me at halfcirclebackpodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit either of us up, me or Tim, up on Twitter, or you can just comment below on this video if you've if you got any suggestions. As always, if you guys have a second, you can go ahead and drop some reviews for us, or drop a review on Apple Podcasts for us. That helps to get us seen. So anything nice you can say about us, or only me, you don't have to say anything nice about Tim, but definitely say something
Whoa,
nice about me.
whoa! What's up? Why you throwing me on the bus?
No, man.
You're definitely throwing me on the bus here.
Nah.
I'm gonna remember this. Like, I'm gonna remember all this.
You left home and then you forgot all about the small people, so it's all good.
What? I never left home. What are you talking about?
Oh, okay. You're definitely in Texas for like a month or whatever.
You mean you're right? I didn't forget about you. So.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
we definitely talked while I was gone.
Oh, okay. But yeah, anything you guys can say nice on there, look, go ahead and do it, please, and share the show. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and retweet this, all the good stuff, man. But yeah, that's it for this week, man. I'll try and see if I can line something up for next week with a guest. So outside of that, man, we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Peace.
Peace out.